cool.
It's my
Right.
Pancake King shirt.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I eat a
I'm gonna
lot
have
of
to get one of
fucking
those.
pancakes. I'm wearing a Hollister shirt, dude. But so it was the reason I got this because it was $16, and
Where'd
everything
you?
else was $4.
That's not for arm wrestling. That's just ironic, right?
This is off No Limits.
Oh, it is. I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's got the sword and a crown. I wish it was ironic. No, it's
No, that's
great.
pretty
All
sweet.
right. So this is Two Guys, One Cup. I'm James.
Patrick.
We're okay. And this is Aiden LeMay from Massachusetts, known as the GOAT.
The greatest arm wrestler of all time.
Aiden, do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself? Who are you?
Well, I'm from the great state of Massachusetts. I've, in terms of arm wrestling about myself, I've been arm wrestling for a little bit over 3 years now. I started over COVID in fall of 2020. Yeah, 2020. And love the sport. Lots of fun. Bunch of fucking weirdos in it. And mainly you Vermont guys, and you Maine guys. Oh my God. Vermont and Maine, bunch of fucking weirdos, and I love it. I don't know. Arm wrestling, I'm all right. I'm pretty good. I've for the amount of time I've been in it, I'd say I'm pretty decent. And for my age, I'd say I'm pretty decent. But outside of
How
that,
old are you?
I just turned 20 in beginning of December.
You're 20 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're grabbing grown men's hands and you're just playing with them.
Absolutely. You know, there's just something about dominating another man that I just can't explain it. It's just especially when they've been doing it longer and they take it really seriously. And it's like I take training seriously, but I mainly do this for fun. So, you know, just like putting someone in their place, there's just something that feels really good about that.
Right, and there's no lying. I think that's why, like, you ever like beat somebody at something at a party or at school? They're like, all right, let's arm wrestle. I don't know why that's always a thing, but where I was from, I'd beat you at basketball or at a run or something like that. Somebody would be like, oh, let's hook up, and I'm like, okay, but there's no lying. If you beat the guy arm wrestling, it's not like, oh, you cheated. He's a strong.
Yeah, I feel like now it's a little bit less of that because it's thank God it's becoming more mainstream. And I've seen a lot of people see arm breaks on YouTube and stuff and videos of arm wrestling, and they're like, "Well, I don't want to arm wrestle you at a party because I'm going to break my shit." But it's definitely becoming a lot more mainstream, which is good at least. But I don't like that a lot of people are like, "I don't want to do it because I'm going to get injured."
I mean, there is a lot of injuries in the sport. I think I'm injured more than I'm healthy in arm wrestling.
Maybe I'm just
but you're me and you get injured a lot, but our injuries are like small, like tendon stuff. It's have you ever broken your arm?
I tore my tendon in 2016.
Yeah, I tear like tiny stuff all the time, or like I don't even know, but I'll be hurt for like a month, and it'll hurt in a very specific spot. So I'll just be like, yeah, I probably tore something. I don't look into it further than that.
Right, but that's like I think a special kind of person it takes an arm wrestler to be, because most people do not accept that they're in pain. Right, they're like, I'm not going to be in pain. I just won't do that. That's why most people don't work out. So then when you get to an arm wrestler, they're like, a guy that benches a lot, it's like, oh, my chest is sore. But you and I both know a chest soreness versus an elbow that just got mauled at a tournament.
Yeah, there's a difference between the pain and like the soreness of a muscle. The tendon pain versus a muscle soreness is so much different.
It makes or breaks, man. I've laid in bed and cried in this. Did the gay dinosaur going, no.
Well, at Arsenal, which is like our club in Boston, it's we get a lot of new guys because it's in the city. There's a bunch of like guys that like see a few videos. They're like, oh, this is kind of cool. I want to get into this. And there's a 3-week period. If they don't, those 3 weeks are what breaks men down. Those first 3 weeks, first week, you might wake up like 2 days after. You're like, oh, it hurts a little bit. Second week, oh, it hurts a lot bit. And third week, it's like, yeah, I don't want to fucking wake up the next few days.
Right. But do you notice the new guys that come in are always going hard? Like the new guys first practice, war. And you're like, hey, man, you shouldn't do this. They're like, no, I'm good.
Well, yeah, there's like different ways people pull. There are people that just want to fucking beat up on people. And there's people that know how to work and know how to work positions properly without hurting the other person and getting hurt.
Well, usually what I find is someone comes in and they work out. They have a much more consciousness about, hey, I'm gonna maybe not get into this position or not pull too hard because
Yeah.
they don't just like to hurt. Like a lot of the guys that come in here are just like rugged farmers.
Well, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say most times that I've seen the big jack dudes that work out with me, and then I've seen guys that just work for a living. And those work for a living dudes is always mall.
That's such a
Legit.
difference. That I get exactly what you're saying, but that's such a difference between Massachusetts and Vermont. All of our we just get like pretty gym boys, like slick back hair, like nice muscles, pretty skinny. That's what we get. We don't get your fucking strong farm boys.
So like a flannel shirt's is not a thing down there.
You get a few rugged guys here and there, but
No, but a guy who's been throwing hay around since he's 3 is not.
yeah. There's a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference between farm strong and like I want to look pretty in the gym strong. You know.
Yeah.
So like not a lot of Austin Dolans down there walking around.
No.
I actually never met him, but I've heard he's very strong.
Austin Dolan, when he was 12 years old, was 6'3" and over 300 pounds. This is a fact. Now he's like 6'6". He's probably way over 300 pounds, and he's still a mountain of a dude. But imagine, I pulled him at age group, and I was so mad.
Same age as you?
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah, me and Austin Dolan are the same age, dude. I got on the table. I was 5'3", maybe like 160 pounds. And I was like, this isn't fair. You want to know why? Because he went and pulled the grown men at 12 years old in the weight class and won that year.
He
Could you
won
imagine-
open class at 12.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
I might be lying. He might have been 13. But still, that's not normal. That is not fair. And that's bullshit. I'm going to say it. It's not right. I should have pressed charges.
Could have hurt you.
Yeah. Oh, he did. Kind of liked it. So, are you? You're coming to the tournament?
I certainly plan on it. Unless the only thing is, I don't know what the weather is going to look like. But Jay asked if I could help out reffing, possibly. So I definitely want to.
You're not going to pull?
What?
You're not going to pull?
Oh, I'm definitely going to pull.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? But I also said that I would also help out, so I can't really back out of it. And but I want to go and pull. Josh says it's a bad idea because I got my match with Tim coming up in like a month and a half, and he doesn't want me to hurt myself pulling in a tournament. But I don't know. I'm not too worried about it, mainly because the only good guys there are going to be like fucking Carson and fucking Sean.
Sean and Jeff.
Oh yeah, I fucking forgot about Jeff. Yeah.
Jeff is actually getting better, dude. Shout out to Jeff.
Jeff's, I thought his left wasn't very good, but it looks like it's been getting better.
Yeah, so his problem was setup. He was setting up outside of his arm like this. So if you're able to hit his arm and get it past center, he was done. Now he's setting up with elbow in center. So even if you take his hand, you still got to bring it like a foot until he's out of a bad position.
Yeah.
And it's making him toxic on the table. I don't like him.
Yeah. I like Jeff. Jeff is a very nice guy, but he isn't very talkative. And I want to start a conversation with him. I don't know how long he's been pulling, but he's a fucking beast.
You gotta see years into a podcast.
Yeah,
that would be
cool. I like that.
Jeff Garrett.
I feel like he's a little more quiet. I haven't talked to him a whole lot, but I'll say hi to him at events.
I don't know if it's with him being at the event or whatever, but yeah. No. Enough about that. I want to hear about the Tim Lewis match.
Oh.
So I don't give a shit. Fuck Vermont.
Let's
hear about this.
We're going to talk about Vermont after too.
No, shut up.
Shut your mouth.
All right. Let me plug the match and tell you the backstory about it and everything that's going on first. And then we can talk about all the lovely pullers of Vermont.
How the hell did you get to pull Tim Lewis? Like, this is awesome.
So I pulled him before at this summer. He's always been like a very nice guy online. He's a little bit weird, but he's like the nicest guy ever. And we've
heard like the whole RVJ story. So
I don't know. I talked to Josh about it like a couple summers ago, and he's like, "Oh, Tim Lewis, you got pistol whipped at a restaurant for making like pizza rolls or something." I was like, I don't know, just random stuff like that. And but Tim is super nice. He's he's like showed interest in like my progression throughout the sport, because he's messaged me and reached out throughout like my journey, kind of like since I was like a year in, and he's always been super nice. And I'm like, I always respected him. He's a super strong dude. He is one dimensional, but he is in the way he pulls, but he's very smart in how he pulls as a one dimensional puller. You know what I mean?
With that catch and pull back, it's insane. Sometimes I don't know how he does it.
Like, yeah, he has one move, but the way he can set up for that move is like to block other people's pronation and get hand control, even though his hand isn't very good. But the way he sets up, he kind of sucks his hand underneath yours. This is what I figured out when I pulled him over the summer. But I tried pressing him the first time. He caught me like, I don't know, like I wasn't that close to the pad, but I was like, oh, maybe I have a chance. Got me like 3 inches above the pad, maybe a little bit closer. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to try pressing again, because I gave it all my gut. And I tried to top roll him, and I didn't create enough distance between our hands when I top rolled him. I should have been like pushing back in the strap like this to try and kind of low hand him, and then cut with straight side pressure instead of focusing on his hand, because I feel like that's how a lot of people have beat him, is direct side pressure.
Yeah, I'd say when I hooked up with him, and the setup is he was like, no, and then when he got his hand where he wanted it, where then I was like, oh, I was like, so you do not like a tall lever? He's like, no.
Yeah.
He goes, you need to come to me. He's like, I am not going outside.
He's also very good at slipping. So for our match, I'd want to keep him outside of the straps.
Yeah.
Because that's just where he gets all that containment and that drag. And that's what makes him such a dangerous puller there. Super unique style. Again, super nice guy. I'm really excited for the match. We're supposed to have a right-handed match at the Christmas party. Personally, I don't want to like disrespect him, but I don't think he's going to be a challenge for my right arm. I think the way, not that he's not close. I think if it goes in a hook and we both slow pull, I think he'll beat me. But if I'm like actually hitting him, my press, he lost to Sam Mitchell. I don't have a whole lot of trouble with Sam Mitchell. And me and Sam press very similarly. Sorry, let me continue this and I'll get back. Me and Sam press very similarly. Mine is just stronger and faster. So I can't imagine if Sam is pressing him righty that it's going to be a lot different for my arm. However, he does plan very well for his matches. I could fucking completely eat my words if he gets a stop on me. I could be in trouble. So I want to discount him at all.
Right. I'm super pumped to see that. I think, in my opinion, it'd be awesome. What do you weigh right now, Aiden?
Like, I don't know, 185 in the mornings, 190 at night. Not a whole lot. But
he's like a 198, right?
No,
he's like 210, 220.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so he's ranked in the country, right?
For our match, he's going to be 215 for our match. So I want to be at least 195 for our match. So it's like at least 20 pounds.
What are you doing to eat up?
I've been eating a lot of, those Uncrustables, PB&Js.
I fucking hate those.
Well, why don't you
fucking hate those?
Not tracking anything, man. You gotta track. The only way you're gonna do it is you gotta track shit.
Actually, I don't want to interrupt our interview, but I'm gonna eat this at some point during the interview. I got a little protein bar I want to eat.
Eat whatever you want.
I think you should throw a little sponsor out, like.
Yeah, they're just like the shitty pure protein bars, but they go down so easy. I could eat like fucking 5 of them.
Oh, they're so chalky. I hate those ones.
I mean, I would, if you want to take a suggestion, you don't have to.
Yeah, no, I love
track your shit, man. If you track your shit and you work your way up, you're gonna find strength. You're gonna find that it's gonna help your endurance. You're gonna find that it's gonna help your weight go up faster. So I fought it forever, and then once I started tracking, everything started going up. So I would suggest
that in mind. But I kind of like. I don't take this too seriously. I don't take this too seriously to the point where I want to like think about it,
Well, I mean, you're pulling a ranked guy.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that.
Well, that's where it's still fun for him. It's not a job yet.
Let's talk about the ranked thing in a second. Tim is only left-handed. And he is
Oh,
ranked.
yeah. Okay.
And he is ranked at least a weight class above me, 2 weight classes above me if I make 176, which for a big competition I would like to do. So left-handed, if I beat him, I don't know if I would get on rankings. I probably should, but I don't know. And there's a lot of factors like what rule set we use and stuff like that. I know he's not particularly a fan of the WAL rule set. Neither am I. But it's a big advantage, especially against him in the setup, having the WAL rule set, because you can kind of cheat a little bit and get like good positioning on your go, and you can get a big speed advantage, which is where he's really weak.
Dude, I love wall rule. I'll just say it. That's awesome.
I
wish
bet you
someone
would.
do it.
It's a huge advantage to your style, and you can fucking crank their wrist back in the setup like crazy.
Right. But then if I pull someone like you, Orleans, or a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper.
You just need to just like strap game. You just need to. Your strap game isn't bad. Mine's just better. Is the thing.
I thought we were going in wholesome, and it was just like be friendly. And then all of a sudden, when I felt what you did in the strap, I said, "Oh, this ain't wholesome at all." He wanted to win. I thought we were friends.
Yeah, going back to the Tim Lewis match, all those last I'll talk about, and then let's talk about the Shield event. So left hand, it's going to be a very hard match for me, especially because I know how strong he is. But that also means I know what not to do this time. And I do have I don't think he's going to watch this, but I do have a game plan, and I've seen videos, and I think it's going to be a very successful game plan. I do not think I'm going to win that match, but I want to make it very close. His left is so good, but he's lost to some guys recently where I'm like, maybe his left isn't that far from mine, but we'll see.
Fair enough.
I think you could do it. Everyone's good until you find their spot, right? Yeah. And I think you got it.
Let's just say I know what I need to do. I just don't know if I'm strong enough to do it. So over the next month and a half, I'm going to be trying to build up that strength to become strong.
I think your speed is stupid. I pulled you once. And
your speed is ignorant, dog.
I pulled you that one time, and then I think we ended up slipping. And you're like, you looked at me like I didn't like the way that felt. You completely moved around, and you were able to, instead of press, you were able to pull me right to you. I was like, what the fuck? You just changed everything. So, because you felt what I was doing was ugly.
Yeah. I don't know. There's you've progressed a lot since then. I don't remember this, but
I suck.
I don't know. You're strong though.
No.
You figured out your positions that you're good in, which is the starting point, and you're getting stronger in them, which is what matters.
I think people are going to be very surprised coming along. I hired a coach. I had to figure out what I was doing, which was wrong. So
who'd you hire?
Lachlan.
I would have gone with like someone like Giannis or.
Well, Lachlan
is good for if you want to follow like a strength building program.
And
but I don't know. I think his is too diverse for arm wrestling. Because he does a lot of regular lifts too. But
no. Everything is very strict to arm wrestling.
Really?
So he learned from Giannis. So he was training under Giannis for a long time.
Yeah.
So I think it's geared towards a lot of like that. So I'm starting to get stronger in those spots. It's hand and wrist. But yeah, I'm digging it.
All right.
I reached out to Ray and Giannis, and they never contacted me back.
Yeah. Okay. I should only say that because Josh was doing Giannis's program for a while, and he saw a lot of progress under it. Also, I don't know if Engen offers it to the public, but Engen does some coaching. I don't know if it's only if he likes you or not, though. So if you don't know him personally, I don't know. I'm going to grab a drink real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
What a guy, huh? Yeah. No, he's going upstairs. What a nice setup. You see, he's the only other guy we've interviewed so far that is doing the podcast on an arm wrestling table.
Oh, no, you didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Oh, he's on an arm wrestling table. See his pulley right there. I know exactly what he's doing. That's how he gets a
wrist wrench.
I don't have one of those handles. Do you recommend those handles?
Yes, that handles.
So this one's an Arm Shark handle. I've heard a lot of very mixed things about his products. I've had his he had a cupping one too, and he had a regular strap, or it was like some weird fucking pronation eliminator thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
I
It was
really,
like
I
a wrist
really
max.
like, I
It
really
was
like.
like a wrist max.
James is like, shut up. I really
Yeah, we
like.
gotta get better at.
I really like the wrist wrench, but I've heard a lot of people don't like it because it's broken on them. I've had this for 3 years and it hasn't broken on me, and it seems like it should have, but I still use it, and it works perfectly well for me, and I really like it. But I also have a lot more popular. Where the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. Like the Arm Assassins ones are definitely a lot more popular and a lot more durable. This one's too thick for my hand. I go not a baby hand, but this one's I don't need this one anymore. But it's too thick for me.
I was trying to tell these guys that their handles are too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to defend myself on the big handles is when you got to pull Eric Preston, Bill Sinks, these dude with monster hands, it is good to get your hand used to having your hand open while pulling. Because
That
if you're
is-
used to getting a good cinch,
That's a good point.
I'm telling you right now, when I was younger and I was going through everybody just showing up for work and beating, and then I grabbed Bill Sinks and my hand would open right up, and you're like, how do you know what I mean? When you can't lock your hand in, that's a real problem for an unexperienced puller.
But you can do that with a small handle.
I disagree.
Well, you just have to let it roll out more.
Yeah.
Because if you're starting like this, then you can still do it with a smaller handle. You just have to let it roll out on your fingers more.
And I had the Arm Shark. I just bought the Arm Shark one after using like a wrist wrench for a long time. And
This
I
one?
see, I see
Yeah, I
way
like
better results with that. I like that way better.
I don't even use any
Where are you
of your fancy methods. I just curl a 5-pound dumbbell, and that's how I'm able to contest with all you guys.
Oh, let's talk about this contesting in this Shield event coming up.
Yeah.
All right, where do you guys want to start with this?
All right, let's just start from the light to the heavy.
All right, Garrett and Bird. All right, let's see. So, Bird is phenomenal, and Garrett has come so far in the sport. Garrett beat me my first tournament. My first ever tournament was Addison Count. Maybe it was my second. I'm not sure. But I was like a fucking 17-year-old, and I was like, oh, this guy's pretty jacked. I'm gonna kick his ass. Nope. You know how his wrist is like. It feels amazing outside the strap. Like you can just take his wrist, but in the strap, yeah, he waxed me.
Right. It's so different. He did the same thing to me.
But this is when I knew nothing about arm wrestling, and of course, I would fucking destroy him now. So let's see. Well, he did get a win on me at that other tournament, Barton County.
Yeah.
But I was handing out wins that day, so it doesn't really count. He beat me legitimately though. He went up to me after and he's like, "Did you let me win?" And I was like, "Nah, dude, you got a good setup."
Nah, dude, you got this.
I think it's going to be a close match. I think Garrett's going to win left hand 4-2, and I think Jamie is going to win right hand 5-1. I think he's barely going to win.
Oh, I think Bird's gonna sweep him in right.
Oh no!
I don't think he has a fucking chance. Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
saying
Bird does not hesitate, and it is a quick hit, and he doesn't play around. Because I know Bird, he tests everybody. If you ever watched him in a tournament, he'll grab a new guy and be like, "If I pin him fast, then I won't know if I'm actually strong enough to beat him."
Yeah, it's about right.
It's so dumb.
It's like a practice.
I hate him. I hate him so much.
Yeah.
But in terms of hand, Bird's hand is just so much better, and Bird is faster. So he has advantages in those two spots. I've also seen Bird beat Garrett in a hook, which would mean technically he's stronger, but I don't know if that's true on the left hand right now because Garrett's just so fucking strong, man. I don't know.
I mean, for 154, he's He's, you know what I mean? He looks
Crazy.
awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be in a better
like,
shape.
He looks like the fucking Terminator, man.
Right.
I don't know how he does it, but I was like, dude, are you fucking natural, man? He fucking doesn't look it. But
He's 24 years old.
I think like you was telling me, he's like, dude, his diet is strict.
Yes,
yeah,
it
he
is.
does. He stays to a very strict diet, so that's probably what it is. I don't want to come out with any steroid accusations on the podcast.
No,
But I know what you're saying. When I first saw him, I said, that's some bullshit, dude. I told my girlfriend to go wait in the truck. I was like, that's not fair.
So I think Bird's got a slight edge in that match. What's the next match? You and fucking Sean, right?
Sean Tips.
I think you're gonna win right hand 6-0. I think it's gonna be a tie left hand 3-3.
Wow, you got way more confidence than me.
I bet it's a 6-0 sweep.
I think it's 6-0.
Both arms?
Either.
Both arms.
Trying to figure out.
And I say that as Sean's my boy too. I love Sean. They're both on
You
my
guys all
team.
train together, right?
No, he hasn't even come to practice. That's why I want him to lose.
I don't touch this. I don't. No, he's been to practice a few
He
times.
came 2 times in 3 months. That's not practicing.
But the kid doesn't need to. He can walk in and beat all of them.
Is he
Right,
lifting?
but how do you get?
Is he
Huh?
lifting in training?
No, he just goes to work.
All right. Under these
See?
circumstances, maybe 6-0 both arms, but I don't know. Sean's got a good hand.
Jones,
Well, we were talking about the natural farmer boy strength, dude.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Dude, I grabbed him at the bar one day and I just had a tournament and won. And he was like, so you arm wrestle? I said, yeah. He said, let's pull. And in a hook, dude, I was like, oh, I hate you. I hate you so much. And then he was like, man, that was easy. I thought you were good. I said, you got to come up to the house.
I think if he takes Patrick out of his shoulder for as much as he can, then it's going to be 3-3. If Patrick's able to keep him within his shoulder and press him, I think Patrick's is going to sweep him. But
he can't do it right. I know he can't.
I that's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's going to be 6-0 easy right-handed. But left hand, I'm just not sure. I've never pulled Sean left-handed, so I don't.
It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing, right? that he just shouldn't. If he can get his cup in and he can get you in, he's the dangerous guy.
I feel
But
like
if you give him a hard time to set up, he gets really upset.
I feel like his left hand is just so much better than his right. Or maybe it's just where I'm at. I don't know.
It's probably where you're at. Let's see. You want to move on to the big match?
Yeah, I think the most important match today.
Oh, of course. Let's see. Colin versus James. What do I think is going to happen here? James, you know I'm your boy, right?
Right.
Let's talk about right hand first.
He's gonna master me right now. He's gonna hurt me.
It's all right.
I need this.
I think you could get lucky and get one round right-handed, but it's very likely going to be a 6-0 sweep right-handed. Left-handed. This is the hopeful one, right? I think you guys could go 3-3 depending on who gets the buckle. I think the buckle is going to be a big factor on who wins the match.
If he gets to a strap.
I think, James is not going to have a problem slipping on him.
I don't think James needs a strap.
You don't think he does? Left-handed?
Mm-hmm. You?
The only thing that makes me
Here's the thing. I think Colin's too smart to hold on.
Yeah.
I don't.
But if he does what Preston does, I don't want to give away my things, but if he tries to bail out, I am gonna grab that fucker by his pointer finger, and I'm gonna be a mean person.
I think you could do that, but if he knows that's coming, he's gonna fucking bail really hard, and you're not gonna be able to. If someone's bailing with everything they got, you're not gonna be able to fucking hold on to that.
Right, he better commit to the
bail. You gotta go forward.
I'll just jump off the ground. I'll fucking walrus his arm.
If you get some slips, you could probably beat him left hand 4-2. But I think he's gonna at least a few matches. He's gonna suck you into that hook, and his drag is tough.
Yeah.
Have you been training your hook enough? Do you think you can stop him in the hook?
Left-handed, right-handed. I've been training hook hard.
Left-handed, do you think you could stop him in a hook? Because if you have a hook left-handed, I think you could win 6-0 left-handed.
Well, I've been hooking with Jeff Garrow, and Jeff Garrow will smash Colin in a hook. That's why Colin will not hook Jeff Garrow. And I can manipulate a match with Jeff left-handed.
Yeah.
Like if I don't like he's got wicked side, but if I just pull him up a little bit, like I'll be deep hook. I'm like, oop, don't like it. And I'll just break his wrist over to here, and then I like it.
So,
left, I'm
so you're
very
saying
confident.
Jeff Garrow is your bitch.
No.
I love Jeffrey. I would never say that. Jeff's a name.
Absolutely not.
He
Yeah,
makes me
okay.
bitch
That's what I
right-handed.
thought.
But and a hook.
So, I really would like to see you win this match.
Me
Like,
too.
you do not know how much joy it would bring me to see you destroy him, flash him every round, and then the last round, hold on and say, where are you going? And just pin him. I would love that so much. I just think his right has progressed so much in such a short amount of time.
It's not fair.
I just don't know if it's possible.
The only thing I'm praying for, dude, is he doesn't really pull hitters. All the guys
True. Slow
and
pullers like Jake and stuff like that.
Right. If he takes me for granted in the first round, which I hope he doesn't, and I get a flash pin on him, and I get to get my mouth start talking, I get him mad. Oh man, I'm gonna have a fun day.
Yeah.
Because if I beat him in the first round, right, I am gonna be like, I thought you were gonna sweep me. What's happening? I thought you were gonna sweep me. You're under Bill Sinks. I don't even train with any pros. I got nobody. I got Pat and Burdock, and we're mauling you right now. Borderline Arms just came and won the whole Vermont tournament again.
Whoa. I'm showing up. Calm down there, bud.
Oh, I can't wait to after pull after.
I can't wait to after pull, right?
I'm gonna after pull my arms, feeling like they're gonna fall off of my body, driving to my kid's swim meet. After, it's gonna be.
I'm gonna win this for Sean Strickland.
Yeah, for the white boy. Jeez,
but I'm gonna make a promise to myself and everybody. Colin is not 6-0 on my right, and I'm gonna make a 6-0 sweep left. I'm gonna be smart strategically.
All right,
left.
how about this? Do you want to bet money on it?
Whoa.
Wait, you're gonna make me bet against me? You're gonna do a bet against me on my own?
I'm messing with you.
That's so. I mean, I'm obviously.
It would be good motivation. It would be good motivation, right?
Right.
Yeah.
How much money?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Oh. I was like, because it's got to be enough where it's really fucking with me.
Maybe you could get Carson to bet for Colin or something.
Right. I'm like, hey, if you guys put $1,000 behind Colin, I'll pull different.
Whoa. I'm not putting $1,000 behind you.
You're looking up what's the fastest acting steroid.
Oh, dude. Look at that. I'm getting bigger. I'm telling you. It's different.
We'll just load him with check drops.
I don't think he's ever pulled any guys on smelling salts. I think that's going to be the downfall of Colin King right there.
Is that what you're doing, bud?
Raw intensity. I'm going to make Pat come up behind me with these smelling salts. Like, get behind me. Like, this is what it's going to look like. On the... It's over. I'm going to go full retard.
I think you should, consider drugging him. I think it would be really funny.
Give him a bottle of laxatives before the match. But hey, man,
you want some cookies?
Yeah.
He was scared. He was running from me.
Yeah. He was shitting his pants, grabbing a hold of me. You saw that. But no, I'm being serious. I think it's the psychological war that I think I might have. And I've been practicing things in the setup that I think are going to make him upset.
Oh, yeah. What has Sean been showing you any stuff?
I thought of this at our practice and I started fucking around and I said, Sean, would that make you very mad? And how does that work? I can't say too much because I know he'll watch this, but Sean doesn't like it. Nobody likes it when I do this in the setup. And Grapple Promotion, they're very open to things happening on the table.
I'm aware.
So
hey, if I'm reffing, I'm going to be pretty strict with you guys. I don't know.
Oh, then I'm not going to let you be the ref because I'm going to pull some Devin Larrett shit because when Travis Pagent said that to Devin, he's like, all you needed was 4 more seconds in the first round and the setup. He goes, you would have beat LeVon. And I thought about that. This match is starting way before we even lock up on a table. I'm gonna have his arm so pumped
starts
before he
with
walks in the
laxative.
building. No, dude. The minute he grabs up. I'm just gonna shake his hand when he walks through the door. Little mind games. Hand him a heavier fork than normal.
I really hope.
I'm gonna give him a metal fork. I'm gonna give him a metal fork at that BFW, not a plastic one.
Yeah. Oh man.
He's gonna be so fucked by the time he gets on the table.
I really hope you take this.
Oh,
If you don't, under the circumstance you don't win, which is, I know, very slim, are you going to enter the tournament afterwards?
so I can't say this because there's too many people I like there. But he was just disagreeing with me. He thinks if you lose,
there's too many bad people for you to do bad in the tournament.
I'm not saying that. I think I'm just too fucking good. I think my hit is my saving grace. I am not a good slow puller at all. But people around here, and I proved it down at the Christmas party, do not like hits. A hitter gives a lot of people a problem. And with a long lever, I think that's my only gift is I got the lever and I got a hit. So if you have to catch me and your hand's already filleted over like this,
yeah,
that really sucks. But if you are capable of getting me deep in a hook and putting your shoulder into it, but guess who's been training hooking?
Not you.
Yeah, a little bit. But I don't know. I know out of state the caliber's there, but I think the guys in Vermont are just. Who do I got to worry about in the 190s in Vermont or the supers?
No.
Right-handed or left-handed?
Honestly, either right now, because
right-handed, I think a few people have got you. Left-handed, I don't know.
Who in right do you think's got my number?
Jordan.
Nope.
Although I don't know because he hasn't been healthy for a while. Carson. You don't think so?
Last time I practiced
Is this from practice? Is this from practice? Is all your experience from practice?
Yeah. But what I will say, and I said this 100 times, I respect him so much, and we've always had good matches. He was so smart at the first Shield event. That first time I met you and Yusuf.
Yeah.
When I pulled Jay, and he was sitting there right there, let's go. And I was like, oh, well, I just will go right first. I got, that'll be like a 10-minute break. I didn't think about this kid's been on the sidelines for almost 45 minutes watching. Arms aren't pumped anymore. And then he got back on that table. And he dominated me, but it was like I had the hand control set up. I just wasn't able. You saw the matches. He never flashed for me. It was always like I was like, why can I not bring this kid this way? And then, again, practice pulling is practice pulling. But when I was able to grab him, let him get his setup, and then him go, and I could just lock my elbow and watch him, and he was trying to pin me, that's not a good sign.
Yeah. I think that there are a lot of super matches that need to happen in Vermont that aren't happening. I don't know who needs to set them up. I don't know who needs to set them up. But there's so much going on that isn't going on. And it needs to happen. It can't be like on a whim in a tournament. I need to see some of this stuff. I want to see you and Carson go again. I want to see you and Carson go again fresh. I don't know. I want to see Patrick start doing well on his right. I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff that could be happening.
So me and Pat are discussing this because we just got 2 venues offered to us. Or him, sorry. I'm just saying us because of the podcast. But him, and if we could do this, we want to create like a super match tournament where, not tournament, but like where we do scheduled super matches. And it doesn't matter about the weight. It's just the beef. Like, okay, we want to see these people.
Kind of like what Badger did.
I want to do like ranking super matches in Vermont.
Are you talking about like kind of what Badger did with the Christmas party, but more like put together?
More put together, but I like that setup. Is this more like, hey, Jacob Thompson and Thomas Deedy are back and forth. Let's make them do a full 6-round super match.
Thomas has been getting a lot better. I pulled him at that whatever event Larry put on in November. I pulled him there because there was no one in his class. So I was like, I'll pull you if you want. He's got a good hit now. His hit's pretty good. But
his
he didn't
wrist too, his wrist in the setup.
Yeah.
It bothers people.
his hit's
God.
very good, but outside of that, he's got to work on his strength. I don't know if he lifts, but he should start.
He should start. If he is like, dude, that's an ego shot. Can you imagine if some guy does work out and you're like, man, he should start working out? He's like, I've been working out.
Will you tell him that? Because he needs consistency. Is what he needs.
Yeah, well, I was very impressed with his hit at that. It was like pretty decent, but after that, he's got like, I don't know if he's got problem with like connecting to his arm properly, but I didn't feel anything after the hit, but his hit's very good.
Which is weird because he's strong. I pulled him last week and I wasn't. I used to have a lot of trouble with him, and I haven't had as much trouble. I didn't have as much trouble last week, so.
Probably the pancakes, bro.
He also does like a bunch of practices. He practices with some fucking amateurs somewhere. I see his YouTube videos, and then he practices.
He's so smart to do that. I wish I could find like 10 people that had no idea how to really arm wrestle, but they were still passionate enough to do it every day. And that's recovery.
No,
that's where he's recovering.
They do it every Monday.
Right, every Monday. But still, I can't find people to commit to it.
Dude,
and most of the time, once you pin a guy 3 times, he won't come back to practice. If he knows he can't beat you.
And then you got fucking Thomas over here molesting these poor children.
Right. Dude. It's not right.
They look like they're fucking 18. I don't know.
No.
Yeah. Well, they all go to school together.
So it's manslaughter.
Yeah. I mean, you're in school too.
Thomas isn't that old, right?
No, he's a year older than you are.
21, 22.
Oh, I didn't know he was that young. I thought he was a little bit
older.
older.
It bothers me that I'm a grown man and you are children.
Really?
Well, we're grown men. You know,
I'm the old one.
Yeah.
I had a night where I got really high and I went through all of your old Instagram posts and I was just like, what the fuck, man?
I think it's up to me.
No, James. You've got some good ones.
That was beautiful. I'm an emotional roller coaster. I think no kid should be able to post on social media before 18.
I've never gone through any of his Instagram, so
I have a hidden Instagram that I had to delete. And man, someone found that at work one time, and I thought I was gonna kill myself. Like, you ever just see something, you're like, why would I say that? That is the most cringiest shit ever.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Instagram.
Bro, I just realized that it was like a cancer. I got to get rid of it. But I couldn't delete the account, so I just like logged out of the email. But it's out there if you look for it hard enough. It's sad. It makes me sad seeing it. But who else?
There's a comment on one of my posts from Yusuf where I was talking about he made a comment that I wasn't using proper grammar in one of my posts. And I was like, it's fine. Arm wrestlers are all retarded anyway. And then he sent me a private message saying, I can't publicly like your arm wrestlers are retarded comment because I don't want to get canceled. I don't want job interviewers to find it in the future. And then I screenshotted that and I posted it.
Hey, Vince trying to be slimy about it. I'm going to show everybody how you feel.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I like Yusuf. He's a good shit.
He's so funny.
Can we do this?
I tried to get him to come up to this tournament with me, but he's going to that New York one with me, and he's like, you can pick and choose.
Well, that's a qualifier, isn't it? I don't think it'll Ohio.
No, but there's a lot of prize money. There's prize money at that one, so there's more incentive to go.
Yeah. Right, and you're in for that one too, right? When is this in Ohio? Is it in April?
No. With Tim?
No. You're pulling for the East versus West, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a separate thing. That's going to be – I thought it was going to be Ohio originally because that's what Sean Weber's wife told me.
Yeah.
But apparently it's going to be on Daytona Beach in Florida.
Ooh.
So, and that's going to be at the end of April, I believe.
Yeah, because Sean's thought he was going – he talked to us about going to Ohio.
Yeah, I talked
to Josh about it. Josh talked to them about it. Apparently, it's Daytona Beach. I don't know if Sean is still expecting to go to Ohio, but you should probably tell him that it's not going to be in Ohio.
Yeah.
I should tell you to keep your nose clean when you're in Daytona Beach. Those women are bad for you.
Hey, I have a wife. I'm married. I don't
see a ring.
I have a girlfriend.
Oh,
She's upstairs right now. She's building Legos upstairs.
Smart. You found a good one. Who else in Vermont do you think needs to create these super matches? Like, what do you want to see? You want to see me and Carson? I'd maul him.
I know this has been said so many times, but Sean and Bill, it's been said so many times.
Talked about it a lot.
It's been said too many times. That's the thing. Too many times.
Sean's saying, "Let's go."
I want to do it at this event, the Shield event. I'm gonna say before they even start any tournaments, hey, guess what? Sean Weber wants Bill Sings.
He needs to do a public call out. That'd be so funny.
Should I bring $500?
I think Sean respects Bill too much to do to do a public call out like that, though.
Yeah. I don't. If you're that good, right? No offense, but you're trying to say you're an established puller, and someone's kind of dodging you. Pull me. Fuck you, pull me.
I don't know about that, but
no.
I like I said, I think Sean has too much respect for Bill to be publicly fuck you. Let's just fucking do this. I think he would be hey, behind closed doors, let's set up a little date. Let's give the people what they want,
Yeah, but neither one will do that.
I think at the current moment, Sean would win that match. I think his hand is too good for unless they I don't know. There's
a lot of
factors to this. There's so many factors to this. But I think it would be a good match.
Yeah. Oh, here's a factor. You can see what Colin can do to Bill, and you cannot see what Colin does to Sean.
That's what I'm saying. But again, just practice. You can't take away a lot of that.
Right.
Then you see do you see the East vs West qualifiers that Bill competed at?
Oh, yeah. I watched it.
He beat Mike Grimaldi, who beat Sean Weber. If you look at these things, you can't look at them from practice. You can look at them from a tournament. And although, and that's probably a bad example because Sean has beaten Mike in the past. But you can't do this arm wrestling math. I'm just saying, in my opinion,
arm wrestling math is the hardest.
Yeah, it's such a good match.
But like Colin said, Bill will pull and he'll go from a 6 to a 5 and then be at a 5 for 3 hours and not drop 4-1. So
yeah, I heard you guys talk about that on your last podcast.
And Weber will go over to Joe's and he tries to just pull him one after another.
Well, you go on YouTube, you just watch him fucking be a dick to me. I hate it.
I saw Thomas's videos. I see him.
I'm like, Thomas, don't post. He's like, no one watches them. I'm like, right. But I see it says 23 views. And that's 23 people that I know see that.
They were all me. I watched it over and over again.
You're like, okay, this is what he's doing wrong. But I can tell you right now, I pulled a lot of dudes. I went down to Badgers. Not too many people were just holding me and letting me surge, and I couldn't do anything. Yeah. And that's what Sean Weber's able to do right now. Granted, he might be getting in his spot, but for a guy to get in his spot and for me to load up and surge with everything, and the wrist doesn't break at all, the fingers don't break, nothing pops.
Sean's in a lot of spots.
Sean's getting good. And if you can get him out of his spot, but that's what any arm wrestler, right? Get him out of his spot and he sucks. But if you're able to get in your spot, that's why you're good.
Dad? One sec, my dad's calling.
What's up?
Chicken is ready.
Oh, thanks, man. Chicken's ready.
All right.
I don't have to go.
It's 7:40.
Yeah, we got to go watch the fights.
The fights tonight? Who's fighting?
It's just fight night.
Johnny Walker and Uncle Life.
Oh, remember the knee? The disqualified knee?
They're having the second one.
I think Johnny Walker's going to get
I
mine.
don't know if he watches you. I have never talked to you face to face. We have looked at each other at a table. This is kind of nice to actually talk to you. So
I like all you guys. You guys are so much fun. I like these videos too.
I just hope you've had a real thought and a heartfelt feeling about that glory hole conversation.
About the what conversation?
the glory hole conversation.
Yeah, okay.
And the jousting thing.
Let's keep that off of YouTube.
He's like, I love it. Anyways, so January 20th is the Vermont Shield event.
Oh, I forgot to I forgot to say, we got a bunch of guys coming up from our team who are pretty decent. I think there's going to be a lot of surprises. There's going to be a lot of surprises at who's going to win that fucking middleweight. I think Sean's going to win the middleweight one for sure. But like the second and third, I don't know, man. There's going to be a lot of good guys there.
Well, that middleweight shield, I saw a couple posts where guys are on your friend thing where they're like, dude, 170 to 210, that's bullshit. And I'm like, yeah, welcome.
Yeah, I don't know. I replied to that. I was like, well, it makes sense for a 3 weight class event. So
right, because people were getting upset that there was an open weight. I love the idea of an open weight tournament. It's just cool to say.
you're not allowed to complain about something that's being fixed. Come on. Like,
right.
You get what you get, you don't get upset. Chill out.
Yeah, you signed the paperwork. You agreed to this.
Exactly. A lot of it, like sorry. What Vermont's doing is very like unusual with the Shield event to like other states. Like there's nothing really like it. So I can see how from the outside a lot of people would be like, what the fuck is this? You know?
That's Vermont, dude.
I was like that at first too. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to this fucking open weight tournament, I'm gonna get fucking shit on. And then you guys all sucked and I did pretty well. I'm just
and then he's like, oh no, there's some guys from out of state that know about Vermont too that fall here. I think Vermont's a breeding ground. I think eventually, if they keep training and the younger guys come up.
You've got to tell fucking Bird that he needs to fucking try. Is he going to watch this? Bird?
Yeah.
He needs to fucking start. Dude, I'm going to fucking, if we're going to have a conversation at this tournament, you need to fucking start traveling. I don't know if you're scared of losing, but you could have fucking came in like second place at New England's. Or I
told you.
Like,
I'm trying to bring him a winter blast.
He could have done really well at New England. So the only guy there that could have beat him, in my opinion, was Chris Michaels.
You talk about Bird on, not me.
I know. I understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But I think he's definitely a guy that needs to travel more. Because that's what Garrett started doing, and that's why Garrett got so good so quickly.
Yeah.
He's pulling all these different people. And Carson too, for his weight class, he could surprise a lot of people at 185, especially because they don't know who he is because he doesn't pull outside of Vermont. But
right. I love that feeling though, dude. When I went to Badgers and everyone's like, who is this guy? And I'm like, nobody.
Yeah, you have a few guys at fucking Maine that know who you are because you whooped them last year at Addison. But
right. It's just like you don't know, but you know.
I don't know, man. I just want to see good matches. I want to see people improve. You know, all the good stuff.
Right. If Colin beats me, which it's going to be a hard task for him, I don't think it's going to be do you think it's going to be a slam pin? Because he says he has a hit. I've never seen him flash pin anybody.
I have seen him flash pin people. Let's see. I think
his brother.
Which more likely? I don't think he can flash you any of the rounds, but I will say his drag hook is probably going to be strong enough to pin you if he stops you. So it's going to be just a matter of if you can get the right hit off, in my opinion. Again, I'll always be wrong.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. But so we are going to see you. That's the big thing.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll be there.
All right, bring all your boys.
How many guys do you think are going to be coming?
There. So Mark Haggett is coming. He's pretty good. His right's pretty good. His left is. He might watch this. I don't know, but
no. I think friends need to be honest with you. Like, nah, dude, my boy's left.
It's basically the like. It's worse than Patrick's right to his left. That's about where it's at.
Well, you're dead.
I love him, dude.
He's been a year.
And then Joshua Jean, who's a nicer guy. I believe James pulled with him over the summer at fucking Vermont States. You beat him left-handed. He's a stockier guy.
Red curly hair?
Yeah. He's very strong in a slow pull.
He's very sticky. And I try to tell guys this, like, slow pulling is important to build your arm. But that ready go breaks people.
Yep. I haven't had problems with him in tournaments because my ready go is very good. But in a slow pull,
Yes.
left-handed especially, I cannot do anything with him left-handed in a slow pull because his hand containment is so fucking good. But he's gonna be I should say if, because people tend to get stronger when they start arm wrestling, but not a whole lot faster. People tend to stay about the same speed throughout their journey. It is what it is. But if he can figure out how to time his catches properly, he's going to be very good.
That's exactly what it is. No, he's right too. Because I keep telling Isaiah, you got to get a hit, and Isaiah can never hit. I'm like, you know what you got to do? He's like, what? I'm like, you can't hit. You need to know how to put yourself in a good spot for when they hit, you're still in a happy place.
Yeah.
You don't want to be catching dudes out here. If you can catch him here, that's a problem.
Yeah. It's all about, a lot of that is just engaging the right muscles in a setup to make sure you know where your arm's going when they're hitting. But, a lot of that comes with experience and knowing your opponent.
Right. Yeah, that not knowing is the best part.
Yeah.
Oh man, when I was in New England, I got smoked. That was a learning experience.
Are you crunched on time?
What? No, I was just trying to figure out what time it was.
I could do this one like that. Fuck your smartwatch.
I don't know, like just looking at my watch, dude.
But is there anything else you want to say, Aiden? I mean, we're gonna probably do this more regular. Like we're gonna have you one of our special guests.
I would love that. I'm gonna have a lot of weekends coming up where I don't have a whole lot to do. So
We'll do your thing to do.
Shoot me a message. I have nothing for you guys. Do you guys have anything for me?
No.
Well, like I said, we're really excited to see how you do against Tim Lewis. Obviously, it's gonna be a 6-0 sweep left.
Right.
I think you should talk a lot of shit. I think everyone should talk shit. It makes it so much better.
I'm just aware of the possibilities. I have a plan, and if I execute it properly, I have a good chance of pulling out a few wins, lefty. But he's sticky. He's a tough opponent.
See, I'm just too naive. I'm just like, yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Oh my god, he gets
I
weird.
just need to believe in myself more. I'm too much of a realist. I just need to believe in myself more.
Right. I think the power of believing is a real thing. Because guess what? A guy that's better than you shows up on a tournament. He's just not in the right headspace. And you're in the right headspace. You win.
Yeah. Yep.
But you just need to do the Clark Kent. You got to be like, do the Superman, bro. Like, who's this? Who's this, bro?
Stop talking.
Okay.
I'm gonna end the recording real quick just to make sure it goes.
All right, man. Have a good night.
No,
You too, man. I'll see you guys fucking Saturday, all right?
Right, but
It's still recording, dummy. Ah, there you go.
I think that's what we did last